Hello, Monetization Nation. I'm on a business trip today in Fort Worth, Texas, and I'm so grateful that my youngest daughter was able to come with me. After our business meetings were completed today, we were able to get to the Fort Worth Zoo about an hour before it closed. USA Today has ranked the Fort Worth Zoo as the top zoo in America, and it has a vibe similar to Disney's Animal Kingdom without the rides. My daughter's favorite experience was being able to feed a baby giraffe. The Fort Worth Zoo has an enclosure with a bunch of giraffes in it. The giraffe enclosure has a walk-up platform near eye level with the giraffes. Near this platform, the zoo has an employee selling leaves of romaine lettuce. 3 leaves of lettuce for $6. That's a great profit margin, and he was selling a ton of lettuce. Then zoo guests can hold the leaves of lettuce out over the fence, and the giraffes walk up and eat the lettuce out of the guests' hands. So I purchased the lettuce leaves for my daughter, and a baby giraffe walked over and ate the lettuce directly from her hand. The giraffes' tongues are surprisingly long and caused a squeal of delight from a little girl who's next to us. On the YouTube video version of this episode, I'm including video clips of my daughter feeding the baby giraffe. That simple feeding created an amazing, memorable experience that my daughter and I will remember for a very long time. Tectonic shifts are constantly transforming the earth and business, causing destruction and huge growth opportunities. I'm Nathan William, the host of Monetization Nation, where we learn how to leverage business tectonic shifts to transform monetization.
Oh my goodness, how cute! Look how cute!
I like, he's not going to get my
Thank you. Oh, here comes the baby. Bait the baby. Oops. Baby. See if we can get the baby. Oh my goodness, how cute. Look, better not touch him. How can you feed the giraffe and not get it?
So here is a monetization framework I learned from feeding a baby giraffe today. Number 1, create a product or service around something our potential customers already want to do. It seems like every zoo has signs telling guests not to feed the animals. They have to post these signs because people naturally love to have encounters with and connect with animals by feeding them. Usually, zoos try to prevent this animal feeding. However, the Fort Worth Zoo embraced it and decided to turn that natural desire of guests to feed the animals into a revenue stream. Number 2, turn an expense into a profit center. The zoo already had to buy the lettuce and other food to feed the giraffes. So the Fort Worth Zoo took an expense of lettuce for which they were already paying and turned it into a profit center when they started selling the lettuce for the guests to feed the giraffes. Not only did selling the lettuce reduce the expense, but it also generated a lot of profit. By selling lettuce, the zoo is also able to control what type of food their guests are feeding to the animals. Number 3, turn the product or service into an experience through which the customers can better connect with us. So by allowing my daughter and I to feed the giraffes, the Fort Worth Zoo allowed us to engage with and connect with the giraffes and the zoo itself. This was a very different experience than just looking at the giraffes from a distance. After that connection experience, I bought my daughter a mug and a shirt, and I called my wife and we planned together to bring her back so I could share that experience with her as well. My daughter and I both like giraffes and the Fort Worth Zoo far more now than we did before that experience. These things never would have happened if we had just looked at the giraffes from a distance. Instead, create an experience. So how do we apply the 3 principles of this framework to our businesses? Here are a few examples. Are you a popular speaker at events and you try to avoid people mobbing you after you speak? Then maybe you could start charging a small group of fans for a chance to speak with you after your events. This fee will make you more money for something you're already doing, and you'll create a unique experience with fans who can better engage with and connect with you and are willing to pay for it. Or do people constantly email you with questions looking for free answers? I'm not talking about pre-sales questions here. Maybe instead of ignoring these emails or resenting the fact that answering these questions takes so much time, we could turn this expense into a profit center. Maybe we could start charging these customers a flat price to answer a question with a video. And we could post the video answers online to create more pages of content in search engines and establish more credibility with customers. In addition to a new revenue stream, these direct answers would provide more engagement with and connection with our customers. Or do people regularly call you wanting to do lunch with you and pick your brain about their businesses? Then maybe you could start charging these people a fee to go to lunch with you and get your advice on their business. Let's find what our potential customers want most, and instead of trying to prevent it or avoid it, let's embrace it by offering that as a product or service and as a new revenue stream, and allowing them to better connect with and engage with us. That's all for today, and I wish you success in your monetization efforts. Do you want to become a better digital monetizer? To receive great monetization stories and secrets, please go to monetizationnation.com and join free. And if you liked today's episode, please subscribe to the show and share it.